Okay, guys, fight commentary breakdowns here. And for those of you tuning in later, this was live, so you missed the live. So make sure to follow the channel more closely. But Hurricane X in Pompano Beach, Florida, and I'm here in Florida. That's why I tease to everyone that I'm going to Florida. That's why. It's a fight event. There's gonna be Muay Thai. There's gonna be sanda. There's gonna be kickboxing. I got the two guys. The main event. This is Paul Hernandez, and this is Rich Eberhardt. Pronounced both their names well, I think. Also, want to give a shout out to the location. This is Yamu Thai, so big shout out. There's other sponsors too. I'll shout them out later. But right now, we'll get started with this. This is actually, by the way, guys, it's my first time facilitating this type of stuff. So, you know, shout out to everyone who's watching this live, seeing me do this for the first time. But anyways, let's get to the main event, okay? So, first of all, I've talked to both of them. They seem like the nicest guy. He seems like I could be friends with. He seems like he can be my yoga teacher. So, here's the question for you guys. How are you guys gonna turn it up? Like, I feel you guys will hug in the ring. How are you guys gonna actually like fight in the ring? I'll go with you first.
You know, I think at the end of the day, it's all love, but you know, like we do a sport, you know, and I mean, that's just the thing is we both want to get better as fighters, and I know he's going to put up a great fight. I know he's going to come at me with all he's got. You know, he's got that personality, he's got that grit and determination, but so do I, you know, and I mean, like I said, it's all love. I know we both have the most respect for each other, but that respect also says that, yeah, we can beat the crap out of each other, but at the end of the day, I know it's going to be all respect.
So what's funny is I already see a curse word come out, so maybe they aren't going to just, you know, hug in the ring. Okay, it's getting a little heated. All right, well, wait, how are you going to turn it up, man?
I don't really know how. I think it's just at a certain point, you know, leading up to the fight, you realize like you kind of get like this little light switch. And if you don't get that light switch, you know, you'll find yourself in the ring getting beat up. So like 10, 20 minutes before the fight, you just got to kind of tune in and really like change who you are. Because in the gym, obviously we're not all lovey-dovey. We're not hugging each other the whole time. You know, we're training to actually, you know, hurt people. The things that we train every single day, like can real deal, like do damage to people. And obviously, like, you know, we're nice people, but we take pride in that. So, you know, this is the one chance that we get, or this is like the one time we get the chance to showcase everything that we do train hard for. So it's a small window, and if you can't flick it on, all of your hard work is kind of gonna not be shown in that small window. So you gotta really mentally like be able to turn it on real quick, go from nice guy to we're about to put elbows and fists on each other, you know, so.
Wow, so I think what I'm learning from you two is there's a moment, there's this key moment where it's like, okay, it's fight mode, it's fight or flight, it's, you know, survive, live or die. It's like that's kind of, so there's going to be a moment later on tomorrow. Guys, by the way, I put the link to the live stream, so if you guys aren't in Florida, you guys can watch this, okay? I put the link in the description. But so there's going to be a moment where I'm going to see a different them. Like right now, they're very chill. I feel like I can be friends with them. But tomorrow, you know, I'll be like, oh, they might head kick me. I'm going to stay out of their way. Is that what's going to happen?
Yeah, why not? I mean, that's the thing, you know, is I'm out here to win, he's out here to win, and that's the thing. We're both going to clash over that, and after the fight, after the decision, you know, like, I'll be happy to sit down and share a meal with the guy, but in there, let's try to take each other's heads off, I mean.
So, you two had the weigh-in, you two had the stare down. Were you two kind of looking at each other's body language, how you move? Were you studying each other?
I don't tend to think about it that way. A lot of the times in the face-offs, I'm not too serious. I'm like joking around a lot. I don't really like to play with the switch there because there's no point to. You know, this is time where we can still kind of relax and not really worry about turning anything on. So at the weigh-ins, no, I'm not really looking at anything like that. I'm kind of just chilling.
I definitely would agree. I mean, like, I hate to say it, but that's all like little stuff that you don't really need to care about. Like when some guy in the ring is trying to take your head off, you don't care about his body language. Yeah.
I see. So you've done a lot of martial arts, right? You've done Taekwondo, you've done Kung Fu. You're training?
Muay Thai, strictly Muay Thai.
Wow. Do you feel like you have to represent some of the other arts you've practiced, because this is a pure Muay Thai guy? Do you have any thoughts like that?
Not really, you know. For me, it's just a thing of more representing myself. It's not like I'm a Taekwondo guy or like say like a Jeet Kune Do guy or a Muay Thai guy. They're all just techniques that I've learned that, you know, I can't wait to express tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And how is the weight cutting?
Ooh. This one specifically sucked. Weight cutting in general isn't like anything that like people should be scared of, especially since there's a science behind it. You know, as long as you can do it healthily, you know, there's a way to do it, but it sucks.
And I'm not used to Florida weather, so I feel like just being here for a few days, I've weight cut a little. But anyways, how was weight cutting for you?
It was perfectly fine. I'm a small guy. I ain't got much pounds to lose. Yeah.
So that's a good segue too. Obviously, there's a height disparity. There's a reach disparity between you two, right? So what do you think you're going to do to kind of combat that?
Well, I mean, I think a lot of my style is built around. I mean, everyone's taller than me. Like I've come up, you know, fighting taller guys, and that's just the thing. You know, I feel like my style is like very geared towards that. I found most of the time that I even like I struggle with people shorter than me just because I barely ever encounter them, and it's weird for me to have to play the distance and stuff like that. But no, I'm feeling comfortable with it.
I'm excited to see how he faces him, because my sparring partners usually, back when I sparred, were usually taller than me, much more reach advantage. I'm gonna learn a lot from Paul. So what about you? How are you gonna face an opponent that's different in stature and everything from you?
I think it's pretty obvious. Keep it long. Keep them away from me, especially with those Taekwondo quick kicks, like you said. Got to watch out for those. I'm a long fighter. I like to be long, and I'm going to use my long weapons. So that's about it.
So I think already we're going to see a pretty cool clash of styles. That's what I tell people. Just because it's a kickboxing match, it don't mean kickboxing is one thing, right? Everyone's got a different take. It depends on the fighter. So we're going to see a very cool stylistic elemental difference in this kickboxing match. We got a guy who's a long fighter, a guy who's probably going to try to come in. Yeah. So while we're at it, you want to give a shout out to anyone?
Really, I just want to give a shout out to my dad and my mom. You know, they're always there in my corner. Also, my girlfriend, you know, it's always nice to be able to come back to the campus and just, you know, have that there. And she's so supportive. Love you, babe. Out in the audience. And really just all my family over at Coke and Primal. You guys have helped me so much grow, and I'm happy to, you know, just show that tomorrow.
And who's the guy you brought?
Oh, that's my friend Riley. That's my friend Riley.
He's part of Primal?
No. He's just my friend from university. Yeah, he wanted to come and watch.
What about you?
I'd like to give a shout out to my mother. I'd like to give a shout out to Florida Kickboxing Academy. Shout out to Derek on the co-main event. Shout out to X for throwing this whole event. This thing's been awesome. This interview has been a surprise, so it's been really awesome. Shout out to you for meeting you. And other than that, shout out to my opponent for accepting the fight. Shout out to my boy over here. And that's about it. No shout outs left.
Hurricane Santana, do you wanna make a cameo real quickly? Sure. You guys have seen him on my channel, by the way, but this is the guy that's putting on the event. Yeah, right here. If you can, you got to get all the way here. So yeah. This is Hurricane Santana. So he's the guy. He's the guy who put on this event.
Y'all see me? Hello.
So, anyways, guys, this is not going to be the only event here, okay? In Pompano Beach, we're looking for kung fu guys. We're looking for karate guys. We're looking for taekwondoings. Sila guys come, okay? Like Hurricane Santana wants the traditional martial arts. He wants the hybrid people like him. He wants the purists too, okay? So like anyone, you're like, where can I go? This is anyone can come to Florida, you know, show off your obscure, Thailand style of Wing Chun or whatever, whatever cool style you have, come and show it off, maybe take on these two one day. So, do you have any last words for any people?
Oh, shout out my boy Rob who drove me down here. That's about it. I feel bad for not shouting him out. First time.
Nothing really, just, I'm ready to put on a show, and, I know he is, so let's get this.
Yeah. I actually just thought about one more technical question. Actually, let me see if there's anyone in the comments. Oh, there's a lot of comments. Marshall Geeks is here. What's up, Damas? Oh, wow, we got 33 views already. That's awesome. to deciding paper, it might go on YouTube later. I might commentate it on YouTube. But if you want to catch it live, you want to catch my commentary live, you got to go to that link I put in the description. Jules is here. Jules is very excited. Yeah, Jules. For everyone, we got 35 views, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Okay, I'm gonna ask one more technical question because again, we got viewers here. Okay, the question, guys, is obviously you briefly mentioned there's like adrenaline dumps and stuff like that. How do you guys handle that? Because every fighter goes through adrenaline, especially the hour before the fight. You know, when you step into the ring, that's already one adrenaline dump. Tell me about how you handle adrenaline dumps.
I think a lot of it is breath work, just simply being able to control your thoughts. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth, and it's as simple as that. If you think about just your breathing, you're not really going to think about much else. You'll kind of calm down, and then you'll realize, like, oh, I've just been breathing for the last minute. So just kind of controlling the thoughts, controlling the breath. I think those are two very easy, simple steps to kind of controlling the nerves.
Really, I would agree with the same exact thing. I feel like a lot of that adrenaline dump, because that's the thing, everybody's hard sparred. This is my 5th fight. Like, this is all stuff that we've done, and I feel like a big thing is that theatrics cause the most anxiety. That's where people get sucked into it, and it's just like a thing. You have to be able to ground yourself and just be calm with it, You train constantly, day for day for this. There's no reason to have anxiety about it. That's just how it is.
Yeah, it's interesting. He mentioned something very important, which is obviously they're used to fighting. The key part, and this is why you guys got to support, okay? The key part is this is done in front of an audience, right? Sometimes that's the most nerve-wracking thing. Yeah, so for everyone that comes to the show live, they're all very approachable, so feel free to say hi to any of us. But yeah, I want to encourage, this is like a little PSA too. When you go to fights, like support them, try not to boo, try not to do anything, just like support them, just clap, show the energy, right? Give them that support. So, okay, I think we can end it here. Let me see if there's any comments. I'll address any last minute comments. Oh, we're good. No more comments. Guys, this was my first time going live in this kind of like hype. This is cool. I think we're going to do more. I think we're going to do more. This is the first time, guys. This is the first time. So, guys, I will put some other interviews too up. So you guys will find out more about everyone. In fact, I already interviewed them on Fight Commentary Chats. So make sure to follow Fight Commentary Chats if you guys haven't followed. I've had Fight Commentary Chats since 2020, so guys, please follow that. But anyways, I will give you guys their social media too when they get on YouTube or whatever. So yeah, so thank you guys so much. This was Fight Commentary Breakdowns. This was the first time I've ever done this, and we're gonna do more. I had so much fun, and we will finally give a shout out to the sponsors of this event. So we already shout out Yamu Thai, but we also have Toots Dental Clinic. Right, Toots, very, very interesting name, Thootz, Toots, right? Like tooth, but Toots, right? Wild Fork, and then Alpha Firework Display. So those are the 4 sponsors of this event. And yeah, we gotta give them a shout out. Guys, make sure to follow me tomorrow, Millions, okay? I put the link in the description. So if you guys wanna watch these 2, plus a lot of other fighters, it's gonna be live tomorrow on Millions, okay? So make sure to do that. Yes, say one thing.
If you guys take my opinion for anything, there are a bunch of other guys on this card that are pure fireworks, literally amazing fighters, littered throughout the whole card. So don't miss any of them.
Yeah, and I will add, guys, you know how I feature Sanda versus Muay Thai? There's going to be some of that too. So if you want to see Sanda versus Muay Thai done in America, might be the first time, you're going to see it here. Any last words?
Really, like Richard said, tune in. There are great fights on this card. Just all of them are just jam-packed. They're action-packed. Just pop in, show your support. I mean, because at the end of the day, that's really what matters.
Exactly. So, guys, anyone that tunes in tomorrow on Millions, or if you come to the event, just let me know, okay? I'd love to meet any viewers, and I'm sure all these fighters love to meet you guys too. So, okay, we're going to stop it now. For everyone watching, especially later, thank you guys for tuning in, okay? Remember, the link to this fight